It's time for some more weekend foodie fun.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo edition.
And these burritos are smothered with the most amazing chili con carne sauce.
And we smother it further with some ooey gooey delicious cheese.
And just wait till you see what we stuff these babies with.
Forget about it. That is amazing.
Insane. So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My stuffed Loon. I
knew it.
had to say
I knew it.
I didn't want to say smothered because that's kind of weird. But anyway,
that
guys,
is weird.
happy Cinco de Mayo
Yay.
or happy anything because this is a reason to celebrate.
Yes.
This is one of those kind of recipes. It's got some components to it. It's fun to do on the weekend when you got a little time. And I love Mexican food.
And they are
and if there was
fulfilling.
ever a dish that the Loon would be your last meal as a burrito, a stuffed burrito,
a smothered burrito,
a stuffed smothered burrito, all his favorite things in the world. So I've got a nice large skillet here over medium heat. I've added about a tablespoon of olive oil, and to that we're going to add a cup of chopped onion, and then we've got I should tell them what we're making.
This is his taco meat.
We're
making world famous taco meat.
We're making it's not just for tacos.
Right.
It's also great in burritos.
That's a great commercial. This is not just for tacos.
That's right. That could be like my new cologne or something. I don't know. But anyway, so this was a cup of chopped onion and then one jalapeno pepper that I seeded and chopped. And we're going to let this cook for about 4 minutes until it gets nice and soft. Okay, so now these have cooked and they've gotten just starting to turn brown a little bit. They're nice and soft. Now I've got about 3 cloves of garlic that I've minced, and we're just going to let these cook until they get kind of nice and aromatic. They're so delicious.
They are so good.
I tell you.
We put these in his TEX-MEX tacos, which are so good.
They go on tostadas. I mean, anytime you need, like just basic taco meat, this is my go-to recipe. Okay, this is a pound of just some nice, like 85% lean ground beef, and we're going to cook this until it's cooked through and no longer pink. Okay.
Wow.
So now we've got some.
Y'all, it smells so good in here.
Oh, and we are just getting started. So now I had some pretty lean beef, so I don't really need to. If your meat rendered a lot of grease, then what I like to do is just tilt the pan and get it out with a spoon.
Yeah, that was pretty lean.
You want to leave some behind because there's flavor there. Okay, so now we're going to start really building the flavor. We got a tablespoon of just your favorite chili powder and a teaspoon of ground cumin, which I love. And then we've got a teaspoon of kosher salt. We do about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And then now you really want to keep your meat. What a lot of people do when they make taco meat, it gets really dried out. And we don't want to do that. So we're going to add tomatoes, and they add flavor, but they also,
adds moisture.
Add moisture.
Yeah.
As they break down, they really do. And I love it.
It's so good.
Started doing this, I don't know, a little while ago, and we really love the texture that it creates. Okay.
We also have another thing that adds moisture.
I was waiting for that. Beer! Yay!
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
How many?
Like about a half a cup. Okay. Just eyeball it. You're going to want to probably do three-fourths the bottle, a little more, three-fourths the bottle, and then drink the rest. Okay, there you go. Now, see, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? That is... Oh, that smells so good.
Wow.
I just literally salivated. Okay,
oh, yes.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to let this just continue to simmer. That liquid is going to cook down somewhat. You don't want it to get really dry again. If it starts to, just add a little more, open another beer, and drink it. And so I'm going to let this go for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to bring it over to our other stove over here.
Ooh, our other stove.
Not this giant contraption. And now we are going to start on the chili con carne.
Yes, and it's chili con carne sauce. Right.
Which
kind
is
of like a gravy.
A lot of times,
a meat gravy.
Texas-style chili con carne is really like chili, robust, thick chili. We're going to make it a little more saucy.
Yes. All right. So we've got a whole onion that we have cut up, kind of a rough chop to it. We're putting it in our blender.
You don't need to do a fine chop on this because we're pureeing this.
Then 10 cloves of garlic.
Yummy, dummy, dum.
Yum, yum, yum. And then we have 3 cups of water. So we're going to just blend this all together, or puree it, till it's nice and smooth or something like that.
You got it right. So you're thinking this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I'm telling you, you know how a lot of times when you go to Mexican restaurants or Tex-Mex restaurants and the meat is just, I mean, we want moist, it's really moist. This is a way to do it that is just turns it into incredible. So I'm going to turn this off for a second. But while you're doing that, I've got a pound of hamburger that I'm putting in a nice large skillet.
Got it. All right, I'm going.
Puree, baby.
Puree.
Isn't it fun to watch
That looks good.
the Loon with power tools?
Give me a straw.
No, that wouldn't be very delicious, but it will be. It
Yes.
will be good.
That looks great.
Okay, I think we're
How
good.
are we?
We're good.
Oh yeah, that is good.
We're good.
All right, so am I bringing it
So
over
now
there?
what I'm going to do, yes, you're going to
Okay.
just bring it in here and you're going to just pour it
pour it
in.
all in?
Okay,
Okay.
now I'm going to turn this back on.
This
Yep.
is so good, y'all. There we go.
Isn't this wild?
Yay!
So now we're gonna bring this to a simmer, and it's just gonna cook that meat perfectly. Every now and then I'm gonna come in with my spatula, kind of break it up, and what will happen is it will just eventually absorb all of this amazing liquid and make the meat so flavorful and just make it really perfect for this chili con carne.
My mouth is watering.
Now this takes about 40 to 50 minutes for the liquid to all be gone. So our
It's worth it though.
It's worth it. I tell you, it's a weekend project, but it's so worth it.
Yes.
And this would be a good time when you could make our homemade flour tortillas.
There you go.
You could make our homemade refried
or your corn tortillas.
corn tortillas, or our refried beans.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with this. Okay, we're gonna let this go, and then we're gonna keep moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, isn't this so crazy? I have to,
I love it.
Let me just, I need to say that this particular technique is something that I learned from an amazing chef. He's born and raised in Texas. It's Chef Ford Fry, and he's just incredible. He now is like one of the best chefs there ever was in the country, and he lives in Atlanta, and we love his restaurants there. But anyway, this particular technique.
Yeah.
So you see
like
how
the whole onion garlic
yeah,
water.
and it just absorbs into that meat, and it makes it, because you want your chili con carne to be really, you don't want it chunky like with too much meat. It's got to be like a sauce.
Well, the chili con carne gravy or sauce.
Yeah, it is like
the
a gravy.
chili con carne, it can be a little
Like
chunky.
chili.
Yeah.
So anyway, this one about 45 minutes. You know, you'll just continue to. It looks really weird at first. It like kind of bubbles up, and it looks like some like quicksand or something.
Yes.
But then it starts to cook down, and it just starts to cook, and then all of the water is gone and is absorbed into this meat, and it's wonderful.
good.
Now we've got our beautiful. I'm gonna pause this for the moment.
Pause it.
Now we've got our beautiful meat over here that I really got done around 20 minutes, and I've just kind of kept it on a low simmer. Now I would like to say that in case we know some people that absolutely hate any kind of chunks of tomato in anything that they have. If
You know who you are.
You know who you are, and we know who you are because I take notes. But if you don't like that, then just leave the tomatoes out. You could do like a tablespoon of
Paste.
paste,
Yeah.
or you could do a tablespoon of this that we're about to talk about, which is chili sauce.
sauce.
So, but before we talk about
All
this
right,
chili
yeah,
sauce,
yeah.
that's another fun little project that we're going to show you about.
Yeah.
We're going to take this off, and we are going to make a
Roux.
This is very similar to like a gumbo kind of roux, but we're not going to do a dark roux. We're
roux.
going to do a blonde roux.
There we go.
So
the blonde roux, you don't have to sit there and stir for an hour.
no, only like 5 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to get this kind of going here, and let's talk about if
Yes.
I can stir and
I can
talk.
help too describe
Okay.
what this is. But just look at that. It is the bee's knees.
a flavor enhancer, and it's chili sauce, and we use it all the time, and it stays in the
Yes.
fridge, which is great. So here's how we made
Right.
it. Run to the store. A lot of supermarkets nowadays in the produce section have dried chilies. So you're
Yeah.
going to want to get Guajillo chilies with 16 of them.
Yep. And arbol.
Arbol, chili de arbol.
Yeah.
And they're the little small ones.
And you want to take out some of the seeds.
Yeah,
And-
because they're going to carry some heat. But if you
Right.
don't get every seed, no worry at all.
Right,
And
right.
then you're going to get a medium-sized saucepan, and you're going to what?
Watch out.
yeah.
Get that. There you go.
And then you're going to get a medium-sized saucepan. Did I tell how much of this is? This was 4 tablespoons.
All right.
I'm all over the place.
I can help.
I know you can, and you do. 4 tablespoons of good old vegetable oil and 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And like I said, we're making a roux
Right.
here.
So let me see if I can get the rest of this
Okay,
chili
go for
sauce
it.
right. So what we've done is we boiled some water in a pot, and we took all those chilies that we took out the seeds, threw them in the pot, and let them boil for how long?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, okay. And after that, we took it off the stove, and we took out those chilies very carefully, and we put them in a blender.
Used a slotted spoon.
Slotted spoon. We put them in the blender, and then this is the scary part. Well, scary for me. You want to save a cup of that chili broth. So you want to take that cup of chili broth. You want to use a right. Am I right?
You're doing
and you're
it.
going to pour it into the blender, and then you're going to blend that all together. And it's
did
just
you?
heaven.
I wasn't listening.
Right. Before that, you want to put in 3 cloves of minced garlic.
They can be whole.
Okay. And then also some chicken.
A bouillon cube, chicken bouillon cube.
And some salt.
2 teaspoons of salt.
And then you blend it. Woo! There you go.
You get yours close. It was close. Obviously,
if I watch it enough,
the recipe is obviously included in the recipe that you'll have access to.
But y'all, this is
and then you
so
just pour it into,
good.
and we use it on burgers. You could put it in your taco meat. You could put it in scrambled eggs, and you can use it in the sauce that we are about to show you.
That's a nice looking brew you got there.
Well, thank you. Anyway, so this is going to go for about now that
that
took about 5 minutes. Just a couple more minutes, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, now you see how it's not a dramatic change in color, but it's darkened a little bit. And I should have said earlier that you're going to do this over. It's like when you make gumbo. You're going to do this over pretty high heat. So just be careful. Don't let it splatter because it will be quite hot. Okay, so now we're going to do the oil transfer. We're going to put that skillet back on. I am going to turn this down because we don't need it scorching hot like it was. And we're going. So what does this roux do?
Thickens.
It thickens, so it's going to add this. Again, this is a pretty thin sauce, but we don't want it super thin. So we're going to, but it's going to thicken it a little bit. Okay, now we've got that beautiful chili sauce that we talked about. There's a half a cup of this. You guys, you're going to see this come together, and it's just.
I love that chili sauce.
So it's chili con carne. So we got some go with good quality chili powder.
Yes.
We go in with 5 tablespoons here, so that's quite a bit, and then. Excuse me, I'm excited.
You just swallowed some of that chili powder.
I know. Like, so we've got a tablespoon of ground cumin and a teaspoon of Mexican dried oregano or just regular oregano. And then we've got I've got 2 beef bouillon cubes that will dissolve. They just kind of broke up. And then we're going to add a tablespoon.
Nice and salty.
And a half. Just dump it in there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do a little bit about a teaspoon of black pepper. And then to really thin things out, we're going to now add 3 cups of water. And this and again, this is something that you will be able to keep. It freezes nicely. You won't use all of it for these.
Who knows?
Actually, what am I saying?
We smothered our last one. Nicely. Let's just say that.
It was a nice smother. It was a solid smother. We'll say that. Okay, now you see this, so we're just going to continue to stir this. Isn't that beautiful? And then now all of a sudden you have chili con carne.
Yes.
But we need to let this kind of come to a simmer, let those bouillon cubes dissolve, and really let the flavors meld. But it only takes about, like 5 to 10 minutes. It's burrito time! So look at this chili con carne, guys. So, I mean, it's just heavenly. You see how the meat is it's not too prominent, but it's just so silky and delicious. It's like I keep saying, it's similar to a gumbo in that roux, it has some oil in it, and it just, that oil naturally just kind of rises to the top, and it pools a little bit. So you can, when it's done, you can easily see that oil. Just get a spoon and just scoop it out. Just fish it out, and that's good. Okay.
That's wonderful. All right, so we've got 2 giant burrito tortillas.
Flour. We're going with flour because flour is traditional.
And we went ahead and heated these in the microwave. We got a paper towel and we sprinkled some water on it just to keep it all moist and delicious. And here they are. All right, hold on. I got to put this somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
I know, he gets very excited.
We're putting my burrito rolling skills to the test.
I know, he's gotten really good at it. Okay. So, though these are our homemade refried beans, all of this can be done in advance, and then you're going to have your burrito party. And so do you talk them through how you're going to do it?
So you want to put you want to start your burrito stuffings closer to one edge where you're going to start your roll. Chris, a little more because you want to stuff this.
I know I know, but
that's so good. All right, now that you got your beans down, we're going to do the meat.
And this is we really stuff it with the meat.
Yes.
Where's the beef?
Yes. Keep some you know, stay away from the sides because you want to have some room
For tucking.
Yes, for tucking. All right, so I got it all on there. All
now,
right.
we should say that some night our friends from California would say, well, where's the rice? The Loon, believe me, he's
I am a diehard burrito fan, and
rice just gets in the way.
Filling. All right, so I'm going to bring it in the sides. You see this? Like that. And then we're just going to bring it up here. And then you want to keep this going. Just keep on rolling.
And use your pinkies to keep...
And you're going to get messy.
And use your pinkies to keep tucking it in on the side.
And don't be afraid to get messy. Because that's what I'm doing right now.
You
and
are.
then there you go. Look at that, you guys.
I'm pretty proud of mine, too.
Yeah, here, grab your plate and put it on there.
I've already got to
Would you grab my plate?
I will. Wow, you did make a mess.
I know. Watch out, because I stuffed mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now the fun part.
Yes.
Okay, now we are going... They're not called smothered burritos.
Hold on,
for
I had
nothing.
a napkin somewhere.
Okay, so now you're going to give a liberal amount of this chili con carne over the top. I mean, kids were smothering them. So they beg for this chili con carne.
It's you guys. Oh.
Okay, I'm salivating.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so now...
That is good. And you know, a normal, not a normal, but a lot of people use...
A normal person.
use enchilada sauce as the topping. But no, not us. We got to go the extra mile.
You could do either. Red sauce is great. Okay, so now you're going to think, how are you going to get that cheese melty? Most plates, dinnerware can handle some heat in the oven. So we've got our broiler on. This is not going to take long at all. I've got my rack down about halfway in the oven, and we're going to stick these in for just a few, 30 seconds for it to melt that cheese, and then we eat.
Yay!
And just like that, they're ready.
Yay!
Okay, I am so excited. I'm going to take this out a little bit. Wow.
All right, grab yours.
Be very, very careful. You know when you go to a Tex-Mex restaurant and they say hot plate?
Here we go.
Wow.
Hold on, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Chris, I want to make sure people see the loveliness of this. There we go. Oh, how does yours look?
I don't even know where to begin.
You guys.
That's a smothered burrito like I've never seen.
This is going to, of course, here we are again with hot food.
It's not that really, the innards are not that bad.
Okay, hopefully, I
gotta
really
see
hope
you cut
everybody
into that.
can see this. Look at that, you guys. Here we go.
This is Tex-Mex at its best. I am so excited, I can't even stand it.
Oh, you guys.
Wow.
Oh, okay, I really hope you can see this. There we go.
And better yet, I hope you make it and you can taste it. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. All right, go ahead, dig in.
Hold on, Chris. I'm enamored by the whole
I could have
process.
driven to the Alamo and back.
Okay, yay!
Here we go.
Woo-wee, that is...
Say it.
That is, I'm gonna...
He has died and gone to heaven. I'm
This
telling him.
is 10,000% lunatic. Again, I can't stop saying it.
I thought it'd be even more. I mean, this is your food. This is his last meal dish.
This is my go-to. I really hope you guys get my last
You guys,
meal
you
dish.
have to make this. It's a weekend project, but you can do it in stages. Like one night make the meat sauce, one night make the chili con carne, and then make the beans, and then have everyone over, and they're going to be like, I'm never going to eat out again. We love you so much. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
I'm doing a Mexican hand dance.
I know.
Yes! Woo-hoo! Bye, y'all.
Bye. Adios.